Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new, my name's Sal. I've teamed up with Superdrug for the Beauty Without Bias campaign, and in today's video I'm going to go ahead and explore what the T means in LGBT, transgender. I'm heading over to meet Jamie and Shaaba. Jamie and Shaaba are a couple and they do YouTube as well. Jamie is a trans male and Shaaba is a cisgender female. I don't know much about the trans community, so hopefully they can educate me more. Hey guys, thanks for meeting me. I'm part of the LGBT community, but I don't know much about the T, the trans. So if you can just guide me and teach me more about it, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure.
Ask away.
Hey, so Jamie, when did you actually realise you were trans?
I didn't even know that being trans was something that existed until I was 16. And I watched a documentary and I was like, oh my God, this like explains how I've been feeling my whole life. Found out you could be trans and I was like, yeah. So it was an interesting,
yeah.
It was a good thing. I mean, it was really scary, like finding out this big thing about yourself and it's like, well, what the hell do I do next? But it was also really good because I kind of knew that there was something I could do about the way I was feeling.
Is there a difference between sexuality and gender identity?
Yeah, they're completely separate things.
Your gender identity is like, it was part of your gender, and then like your sexual orientation is who you're attracted to, and those two things can be very separate. People can like come out at different stages in relation to each thing.
So yeah, being trans doesn't change your sexuality in any way. It just perhaps makes you, or for some people, makes you more comfortable to explore who you are, and then you realise that actually your attractions might be different from what you previously lived as.
When did you actually get together and how long has it been?
I suck at dates.
Yeah, you do. We got together in November 2011, so it's been like...
We've been together for 6 years.
6 and a bit years.
I know that.
And we were like best friends for about a year before we got together, so we've known each other for a while.
We tried to keep it secret for a while. It didn't last long at all. It was like two months or something. They found out on New Year's Day. It was not a good New Year's. And they like did everything in their power to sort of break us up. So when like the first sort of like few steps of acceptance came from my mum, Jamie was just like, hey, let's do a video about it. People would love to see how, you know, things do get better and there's a little bit of hope out there.
So is this why you went onto YouTube and started your own channel?
I started my YouTube channel like just before I had like my first appointment with a gender identity clinic. And I kind of wanted to start it because YouTube had been like a really helpful place for me to go to find out more, like have people to relate to and not feel alone. And also I'd watched videos of my mum and it really helped my mum watch other trans guys like transition and talk to their mums about it. And it helped her understand.
I do sort of like weekly vlogs to just show, I guess, that we are just like any other couple. Being trans isn't all consuming for Jamie or for us. It affects us as much as we want it to.
I do get the occasional comments still where people are like, oh, I'm so fed up what you talk about as being trans. And it's like, well, it's kind of like the main focus of the channel still. Like.
But being a role model is showing how it doesn't let that doesn't get in your way of achieving what you want to achieve. So I think it's really important that you talk about fashion and things that aren't gay and that you talk about everything else in your life because it shows that being trans doesn't set you back.
I get comments from people saying, I started watching your videos like, and it helped me realise I was trans. And now I've just had like my first T-shot and my family is accepting, like it's the messaging me like a year apart and I'm like, oh my God, that's so, like that's why I started doing this in the first place and it means like, that means everything. That makes it so worth it.
Are there any myths about the trans community that you want to bust?
I think something that a lot of people think about trans people is that like they want the same thing from a transition, that all trans people like, you know, want the same processes like in terms of like surgeries and stuff, and also that there is the surgery. There's like, I get a lot of questions like, so have you had the surgery? And it's like, well, what surgery is there? Because there's like 6 that are options that you can kind of go for what is right for you. So I think that's the kind of biggest myth, that the kind of process isn't just like set in stone. Some people will want hormones, some people won't. Some people will have like all the surgeries that are available to them and other people won't have any surgery. I think it's really important to take that time for yourself, to like not feel like there's this big pressure or this big rush to tell other people in your life. You know, take some time, think things through. Like being trans is something that a lot of people might not have even heard of, so suddenly having like your child or a close friend or a parent or somebody come out as trans can be quite a shock. So I think also if you're coming out understanding that it's going to be a shock, people might take time to understand and kind of be able to talk to you about it, give them some space, is quite important as well. Also, like, having one person, just anybody that you can talk to about it,
Support.
can really help. Like, whether that's a friend or a parent or a teacher or somebody online, just being able to talk it through and get some advice and like turning to other people is really important.
It was amazing talking to you guys. Thank you for coming. You've opened my eyes so much and I've learned a lot.
That's really cool. It was lovely meeting you too.
Yeah, that was great to meet you.
How amazing are Jamie and Shaaba? They taught me so much. They were so open with me and honest. There's so much more to learn. I'm on my way to meet Charlie. She started a charity to stop transphobia. And I might even get my nails done. Woo! So I want to know more about you. So tell me a bit about yourself.
So I'm a trans activist and author. I run a campaign called Nail Transphobia, where I basically travel around the UK to, like festivals and museums and unis with my pop-up nail salon, and I offer the public free manicures for the chance to sit down and talk to a trans person. Just because like most people haven't actually met a trans person, but like we'll have a lot of misconceptions about us, so it's a good way of kind of humanizing the issue. And like, because of my campaign, I did a book this year, and so I bring out my book To My Trans Sisters, which is a book of about 100 letters from trailblazing trans women offering advice to girls who are starting their transitions.
What reaction do you get from the public?
It's been really positive. So I've been doing it for like 5 years almost now, and it's like been really, really positive the whole time. Like I've never really had a bad experience doing it. But it's just people who might not get certain things, so they'll like sit down with me and be a bit wary, and they'll be like, they might be calling me he, not even in a rude way, they just don't understand. And then just in like having a chat with me, even if we talk about like, I don't know, like X Factor or something, we're not even talking about trans stuff, it just like shows them, look, we're not what the Daily Mail are saying, we're like nice, normal people. Like you don't have to be scared of me, I'm not gonna eat your children. Like, and then they're like, they go away and they're like, oh, you're really nice. Like they'll go away and be like, oh, I'm a trans person today. And that's what it's about for me, is just showing that we're like nice, normal people just like everyone else.
No, like if someone is transitioning or wants to transition, what advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, I'd say like, I hope you're ready for like the journey of your life, because it's gonna be like hard. It's gonna be really hard, but it's also gonna be really good. And I feel like, think about your safety first and like take baby steps. Maybe like I always say, it's like not like a step at a time, it's like a toe at a time. Like, I don't know, like come out to like someone that you know you can trust. I don't know, start doing your laser, like go to your GP. I don't know, just like take baby steps, and it will eventually, like you'll build up the confidence. And like it's a long journey for a lot of us, and it's just about like just taking it slow and being safe. I don't know, it's about like trying to make it as best as you can for yourself. The like living authentically is like the greatest gift you can give yourself, and that's trans or not. Like you can be anyone, but like just like living authentically, the person you really are, like in any respect, is like the greatest gift you can give yourself. And really, like there's nothing greater than living your truth.
Like today actually has been really, really interesting. I don't know much about the whole trans community and how everything goes and how everyone's actually experiences stuff. If you want to find out more information, any help and support, make sure you check the link down below. And also, if you enjoyed this video guys, make sure you give it a thumbs up and do subscribe and come back for more.